in many people, their identity, whether it be, their caste identity, their cultural identity, their family identity, um, their gender identity, even their religious identity or spiritual identity is so strong that it masks awareness. Or perhaps their thoughts, their emotions are so strong that it masks awareness. How do you break free from this masking? How do you break free from this control of our own identity on ourselves, our own thoughts and emotions on ourselves? How do you break free from this? And what is it like to experience the joy of awareness? The joy of simply being aware, of sitting there, just sitting there and being completely immersed in joy and peace, not wanting anything, not seeking the next moment, the next piece of content, not endlessly scrolling on social media apps. Many people, when I say that your identity, whether it be caste, gender, religious or spiritual identity, can mask awareness, can actually take you away from God. Your Sikh identity, your Hindu, Muslim, Christian, these identities can take you away from the joy of awareness. They can take you away from God. Your various thoughts and emotions, they can take you away from the joy of awareness. Nowadays, there's a trend of gender identities. Even gender identities can take you away from the joy of awareness. Caste-based identities, believing yourself to be of higher caste, the upper caste, or lower caste, this can take away the joy of awareness. How much money you have, how many things you own, what kind of materials you have, this can take away from the joy of awareness, of simply being and enjoying life. Being able to enjoy life just sitting there. And you might ask, hey, I don't want to just sit there. I want to actually do something fun and I want to enjoy that. So you buy a new car and you're sitting there. In traffic, and it comes to a halt. Why does your joy disappear in that moment? You are a parent. 1 second, you are enjoying your child's antics. In the next moment, you are angry. You are telling them to stop it. And you are getting all frustrated at them. You bought yourself a car, and now you're frustrated. You made yourself a kid, and you are still frustrated. Isn't it funny that the things that are external to us and our own emotions, the internal things, these all of them take away our peace, our joy. They take it away. Isn't it funny? But the very thing that you wanted to enjoy, now you cannot enjoy. You know, I've played some games competitively in like within the game, not like any kind of tournament. And in competitive games, these are players that supposedly enjoy the game the most, yet they are so tilted and salty. They're not able to enjoy the game. And I've been there. So I completely understand the frustration of your teammates not meeting your expectations. I have been there. Been there, done that. You know, all of those things. Except for the car. I've been there, done that. Actually, with regards to the car, yeah, I've been frustrated in traffic for sure. So, these things take away your joy of awareness, the joy of being. So you might think, hey, I don't want to just sit there and be joyful. I want to do other things. Well, what happens when you do other things? Pay attention. You go into frustration and you go into various negative states. And you don't have any control over that. You're just getting pulled by different things, different experiences. If you can be joyful when you are simply present with yourself, when you're simply sitting there and breathing, if you can be joyful at that time, then you will actually enjoy these other things a lot more. You will enjoy that new car you bought, that new child, that toddler, or the teenager that is living with you. You will enjoy them a lot more if you are capable of just being present and being at peace, being joyful, just sitting there. If you can access the joy of awareness, you will enjoy life a lot more. You can test if you're able to access the joy of awareness in this very video. During the moments where I'm silent, be alert and watch your mind and see what it does. Does it try to fill that space with thoughts and other content? Or is it simply relaxed and listening with full alertness, not really thinking about other things? During the silent parts of this video, see what your mind does. Are you able to sit there and simply be? Simply be aware of whatever's happening without thinking more about it. And if you happen to think, are you alert to the fact that you are thinking? And are you sitting with your thoughts completely alert that they are occurring? This is a big one. Oftentimes, we don't even recognize the fact that we are thinking. We simply get swept away by it. We simply get swept away by the current of thoughts, and we don't even recognize that we are thinking. So, I made a video about mastering meditation in 12 minutes. And step one was actually recognizing that you are having thoughts. That's step one to meditation. Is to recognize that you are having thoughts, is that you get swept away by them, that you're carrying a burden on your head that is leading to these thoughts. My scarf here is getting swept away by the wind. You gotta recognize when you are being swept away by your thoughts. Otherwise, you'll lose yourself. Just like I'll lose my scarf. I'm carrying an umbrella, and the umbrella has a cover. So this morning I came out because last evening I actually lost it. I dropped it somewhere, the cover of it, just the cover. I dropped it somewhere. So this morning I came out looking for it. I walked, and I was so immersed in that video that I did not recognize that I had lost the cover. So don't be so lost in thought that your life just passes by and you lose it. Lose yourself in something worthwhile. Lose yourself in something, in a project that is bigger than you, that is going to benefit someone in some way, whether they be human or an animal, right? Or an insect or a bird or anything like that, like any kind of animal. Something that'll benefit sentient life. So you lose yourself in your identities. You lose yourself in thoughts, emotions, spirituality, or meditation, rather. Meditation is about not losing yourself to these things. Meditation is about not losing yourself to these rather unimportant things. We may believe that these things are important to us, our thoughts and feelings and our identity, our religious or gender or whatever identity. We may believe that these are important, but and they do have some level of importance. Like, they're not completely unimportant, but so as I was walking, I actually there were some kids, and so I turned off the camera, and I was thinking about meditation and how it's about not losing yourself to your internal states or whatever the external world is throwing at you and causing you to have certain internal states. As I was thinking about it, trying to hold on to it so that I could pull out my camera again after the kids pass. And as I was thinking about that, my scarf actually flew off my neck, and I didn't realize. And one of the kids pointed it out to me. He's waving at me, and I'm thinking he's just waving at me. But when I look down, I see there's no scarf, and then I turn around, my scarf is right there, and the kid's like, "Yep," he's pointing at it. So that was hilarious. Like, I was literally talking about losing my scarf, and it happened right away. So you have to be alert. It's okay to lose material things. You don't want to lose your life and your inner joy and peace in the current of your identities and your thoughts and emotions. That is a really, really bad position to be in. It drives people insane. It drives many people to suicide and to commit irresponsible actions. And that's where I wanted to actually get to. I wanted to talk about how meditation is about not losing yourself in the current of your identity, your thoughts and emotions, and how responsible actions is actually about losing yourself in the right things, in those things that are going to benefit others. Meditation is about not losing yourself to thoughts and emotions and the to the thoughts and emotions that the external world triggers within you. Meditation is about not losing yourself to that, and responsible actions is about losing yourself in the right activities. Losing yourself in the right activities. And losing yourself in the right activities will also create it'll also lead you to the joy of awareness. And when we're talking about losing yourself, we're actually talking about two different things here. So with meditation, when we say it's about not losing yourself, here we're talking about your real identity, your real you, not the identity that is made by the mind or given to you by society or the world, or is given to you by your body, your set of organs, or your position in society. These are not your real identities. Your real identity is awareness itself. And if you want to go more in deep, if you want to go more in depth into awareness, you can watch my other videos on that. So there, losing yourself means to not lose who you really are. But even meditation is about losing your false identities, the things that are not the core of who you are. Right? They're on the edges. They're the peripheral. They're on the peripheral of who you actually are, which is awareness. People have a strong attachment to these. And this has been going on forever. The saints always said to recognize your inner awareness. Recognize the inner awareness. It doesn't belong to anyone. And in that recognition, lose yourself. Lose the contents of your mind. Detach from the contents of your mind and recognize the awareness. Recognize that the contents of the mind are merely objects, simply a flow, simply an activity within awareness. Your identities, again, they are important to some degree, but you must understand, you must recognize that they are simply objects in awareness, and awareness is what you actually are. This can be a little bit confusing because we're using losing yourself in two different ways. In one case, we're saying you don't lose yourself as awareness, and in the other case, we're saying lose yourself as these worldly things, as a male or a female, or any other gender identities, or as a upper caste, a lower caste. Lose yourself, lose these identities. So both meditation and responsible actions is about losing your worldly identities and recognizing your true identity as awareness. And when you do that, you will experience the joy of awareness. You will experience joy and peace without having to do anything. You can just sit there and take a deep breath and be at peace. You may still have negative emotions running through you, but in the background, you recognize that there is a stillness, there is a spaciousness, there's space in which that negative emotion exists, and you will be in touch with that awareness, that background of all your experiences. And any activity that you do, you will enjoy it a lot more. So recognizing awareness does not mean that you're not enjoying other activities, that you're simply sitting there and being a boring person. It doesn't mean that. You could be doing exciting things. You could be making big changes to your life, to other people's life. You could be playing that game, a competitive game where previously you were tilted. Now you are more present and you are not expecting anything, not seeking the next piece of content. There's not a clinging or wanting present in you that wants your teammates to behave a certain way for you to have fun. That clinginess to expectations, to desires, that is not there. And you simply enjoy the game, even the competitive, the adrenaline-filled moments in that game. You enjoy them fully with maximum adrenaline. When you're sitting in your car, when you're driving down the street or the road, the highway, and the car in front of you slows down, comes to a halt, and you're sitting there in a traffic jam, you are no longer frustrated. You are present with that experience. You recognize the awareness, and you actually end up enjoying your car a lot more. When you're with your child and they are being mischievous as always, where you previously got angry and frustrated, now you are a bit more relaxed. If there is anger, if there is frustration, you are aware of it. You're not getting swept away by it. You are aware of it in that moment. You're able to calm your nerves and get back to enjoying life with that new life. This is a joy of awareness. To be able to be present in your life, to be able to enjoy all of the various activities that you enjoyed previously. To be able to return back home into awareness and recognize that any of these emotions that you are experiencing are simply an activity inside of awareness that is being perceived in awareness. It's not awareness. Recognizing that, returning home into awareness, and from there, choosing your next action wisely. Do you need to scold your child at that time? Do you need to honk your horn? Do you need to scream at your teammates? Hey, maybe you do, but recognizing awareness and acting from there will give you the wisdom to be able to choose when is the right time to actually do these things. Awareness is the source of wisdom. The joy of awareness is the wellspring from where all of your positive, all of your ecstatic experiences and wisdom, where all of these things come from. I want this to be an ongoing conversation. So if at any moment in this video where you hear something that, if it doesn't make sense, or if you don't agree with it, or if you agree with it, whatever the case may be, if something sticks out to you, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you and talk about the things that you guys want to talk about. Nothing is off topic, nothing is off limits, nothing is taboo in these talks. All right, guys. Try to taste that joy of awareness and recognize that you are awareness itself. I'll see you guys later.